Dear nobody, dying is not the worst thing that can happen to a man. Look at me. I've been dead for 3 days now, and I finally found my peace. You used to say that my life was hanging by a thread. Maybe so, but I'm afraid that it's your life that's hanging by a thread now, and there's quite a few people who would like to cut that thread. Yeah, I guess it's your way of feeling alive. That's the whole difference between you and me. I've always tried to steer away from trouble, while you seem to be looking for it all the time. But I must admit, you've been able to solve your share. You like others to take the credit, so that you can remain a nobody. You got it all nicely figured out. But you gambled too big this time, and there's too many people who know you're somebody after all. And you won't have much time left for playing your funny games. They will make life hard and harder for you, until you meet somebody who wants to put you down in history. And so you'll find out that the only way to become a nobody again is to die. Anyhow, from now on you'll be walking in my boots, and maybe you won't be laughing so loud anymore. But you can still do one thing. You can preserve a little of that illusion that made my generation tick. Maybe you'll do it in your own funny way, but we'll be grateful just the same. 'Cause looking back, it seems to me we were all a bunch of romantic fools. We still believed that a good revolver and a quick showdown could solve everything. But then the West used to be wide open spaces with lots elbow room, where you never ran into the same person twice. By the time you came along, it was changed. It got small and crowded. You kept bumping into same people all the time. But if you're able to run around the West, peacefully catching flies, it's only because fellas like me were there first. Yeah, the same fellas you wanna see written up in history books. 'Cause people need something to believe in, like you say. But you won't be able to have it your own way much longer, 'cause the country ain't the same anymore, and I'm already feeling a stranger myself. But what's worse, violence has changed too. It's grown and got organized, and a good revolver don't mean a damn thing anymore. But I guess you must know all this, 'cause it's your kind of times, not mine. I also figured out the moral of your grandpa's story, the one about the cow that covered the little bird with cow pie to keep it warm, and then the coyote hauled it out and ate it. It's the moral of these new times of yours. Folks who threw dirt on you aren't always trying to hurt you, and folks that pull you out of a jam aren't always trying to help you. But the main point is, when you're up to your nose in shit, keep your mouth shut. This is why people like me got to go. And this is why you faked that gunfight to get me out of the West clean. Anyhow, I was getting to be one more old-timer, and years don't make wisdom, they just make old age. One can be young in years and old in hours, like you. This I'm talking like a damn preacher, but it's your fault. What can you expect of a national monument? Well, keep your mind and your heart open. And if you ever meet one of those men you almost never meet, you can keep each other company, and it won't be so lonely for you. They say distance makes friendship grow stronger. Maybe so, 'cause after 3 days without you dogging my tracks, I kind of miss you. I really got to sign off now. So even if you've been a stinking noisy troublemaker all the time, thanks for everything, just the same. P.S. Just one more piece of advice from an old-timer. When you're getting a shave and a cut, you're sure the white man's wearing the jacket. He's the guy who's the talk of the town, with the restless gun. Don't shoot broad out to fool him around. Keeps the wormans on the run, boy, keeps the wormans on the run. You may think he's a sleepy tired guy, always takes his time. Sure, I know you'll be changing your mind when you've seen him use a gun, boy, when you see him use a gun. He's the top of the West, always cool, he's the best. He keeps alive with his Colt 45. Who's the guy who's riding into town in the prairie sun? You weren't glad that you fooled him around when you've seen him use a gun, boy, when you've seen him use his gun. The sun is sinking in the west, the cattle go down to the stream, the wet wing settles in their nest. It's time for a cowboy to dream. Purple light in the canyon, that's where I long to be, with my 3 good companions, just my rifle, pony, and me. Gonna hang my sombrero on the limb of a tree. Coming home, sweetheart darling, just my rifle, pony, and me. Whippoorwill in the willow sings a sweet melody right into Amarillo. Just my rifle, pony, and me. No more cows to be roping, no more strays will I see round the bend. She'll be waiting for my rifle, pony, and me. For my rifle, my pony, and me. The many miles we walked, the many things we learned, the building of a shrine, only just to burn. May the wind be at your back, good fortune touch your hand. May the cards lay out a straight, all from your command. That's the way it is, that's the way it is, that's the way it is, that's the way it is. Blue heron leaves the northern sky, trust the journey to new heights. What's the meaning of the scar if we don't learn how to heal? Should we ever be apart, then how does it feel? That's the way it is. 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 Shine light into darkness. Shine light into darkness. lessons we learned. Building of a shrine, only just to burn. May the wind be at your back, good fortune touch your hands. May the cards lay out a straight, all from your commands. That's the way it is. 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 Blue heron leaves the northern sky. Trust the journey to new heights. What's the meaning of the sky if we don't know how to heal? Should we ever be apart? Then how does it feel? That's the way it is. 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 Shine light into darkness. Shine light into darkness. Shine light into darkness.